Do you want to make great decisions in your life? Do you want to make choices that will move your life forward? Learn to listen to your inner voice. How is it we can do some amazing and sometimes unexplainable things, like heal our own bodies by the power of our thoughts? Mother's intuition, the law of attraction. Can we really tap into our subconscious mind? Can we really create our own realities? It begs the question, are we novice gods? I thank you so much for joining me on this YouTube series, Are We Novice Gods? It's been amazing. We've been looking at all the evidences that show we have divine DNA within us. We are creators at heart. And I would like to create, and I'm sure you are in the same boat, would like to create amazing things in our lives to where our lives are better than they are right now. So the key to doing that we're going to look at today is about listening to your inner voice. Now think about this inner voice, and you know what I'm talking about. You've felt it before, you've heard it, you've possibly listened to it, and maybe you haven't heeded it. And you recognize that there's that inner voice, and then there's what we call the inner chatter. This is all this negativity that says you can't do that, you can't do that, and just works to put you down. You know what I'm talking about here, right? I mean, this happens to you all. Tell me I'm not alone in this. Okay, well anyway, the negative inner chatter is not your inner voice. And we have other episodes that talk about how to silence or get rid of the negative inner chatter. And it's not so much getting rid of it as in channeling it and moving that energy away from you so that you are more in control of the voices that you listen to. And so we're talking about that inner voice. That voice that whispers to you that you were meant for something greater, that your life is, that you have a purpose, that you have a mission, that you have a calling, that you have a gift. And there are things in your life that will push you towards that. And your inner voice will help you with that. But you have to recognize it, and you have to have confidence that that is the right voice to listen to. So I want to give just a few pointers. Okay, first of all, and we talked about knowing which is the chatter, which is your inner voice. I want to explain that just a little bit more. One easy way to know if it's the negative chatter or if it is your true inner voice talking to you is to kind of feel how you feel about what it's telling you to do or to not do. And your negative inner chatter will constrict you. It will help you or will encourage you to live small, to be a smaller version of yourself. And that if you follow this, often it is giving into fear, and it is giving into anxiety and doubts and worries and these, a lack of self-confidence and just making you shrink and feeling smaller. So, when you hear those voices that tell you not to do something, and a lot of times it's telling you to be smaller because you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not athletic enough, whatever those voices are, those are not your inner voice giving you guidance in what will enlarge you. So, you felt those feelings before. Now think about the times when you felt an impression, a thought come into you that says, you should do this. And it may cause fear, but you know that in pursuing that, it will give you a greater self-confidence, self-awareness. You will grow. You kind of feel that if I did that, I would grow. I'm going to tell a story that is not very, okay, anyway, it's a personal story. Years ago, I was working on an app. I ended up creating it. It's called Feed Your Happy. But before actually getting it created, I was working with a multimedia company figuring out how to do this. And the creative director was looking at my app and was all excited about it and says, this has great potential because look at this Kickstarter campaign that just funded by like 3,000%, and it was just a simple planner. It's a written planner, and yours is so much more cool. What you need to do, Scott, is you need to do a Kickstarter campaign, and all you have to do is stand in front of the camera and tell your story. Okay, as he told me that, there was something inside that says, yes, Scott, you need to do this. And you know what I did? I got sick. He had a leather couch there. I remember I had to sit down. I thought I was going to throw up because of the thought of standing on camera, sharing my story was so terrifying to me that there was no way I could possibly do that, and I thought I was going to pass out. Okay, now fast forward, here I am talking, sharing my innermost secrets with you as we take this journey on Are We Novice Gods, and looking at all the evidences that show we are capable of more. I'm really glad that eventually I listened to that inner voice. Although right at the beginning I did not listen to it, I ran away from it. So think in your life, when have you heard that voice? When have you had those feelings calling to you that says you are bound for greatness? There is something within you. You have a gift to share to the world, and it has called to you and beckoned to you to follow. Maybe you didn't follow right away, but you can still follow now. Your purpose is still your purpose. Your gift is still your gift. The world needs you and what you can contribute to it. So anyway, I want you to remember those times when you felt those impressions. Recognize that it was making you feel, if I did that, I would grow, I would be bigger, I would be more confident, I would be more comfortable, I would expand. It's those expansive feelings rather than the constricting feelings that let you know if this is your true inner voice or if it's that negative inner chatter. Does that make sense? Okay, now the next thing is you need to condition yourself to continue to hear it. The way you do that is you follow it. Because if you don't listen to your inner voice, if you keep pushing it away, it's going to go away. It's going to be much harder to hear because it's not going to be whispering to you because obviously you're not paying attention. And anyway, I could share stories with you of my wife giving me directions on where to go, because if I don't pay attention, she's not going to tell me anymore. But if you will condition your mind, and if you will make a commitment to yourself that when you feel those impressions, you will move forward. Now, the third and final step that I want to share with you on listening to your inner voice is about when you feel it, I want you to write it down, and then I want you to make progress towards that. Okay? Now the key here is that if you will make daily or consistent progress on things that you feel are important to you, are meaningful to you, you will find that you are fulfilling your calling, your mission, your purpose in life. You are making progress there. If you want help with this, I have a free planner in the show notes you can grab. It's called Align. It's a purpose pad. It will help you get clear on who you are, what you want to accomplish, and then as you make progress each day, you'll feel that confidence and you'll be able to hear those inner voice whisperings to you, calling you, telling you what it is that you were made to do, that you were sent here to do. And as you start to do that, the more you are able to listen to those voices, that voice, the more that you are getting in tune with it, the more that you recognize it and heed it, the clearer it's going to be to you. So anyway, I wanted to share those things with you. In this series, we're looking at all the evidences that show we are more capable, more powerful than we ever imagined. We are God's in training. We have divine DNA within us, and it's up to us to take the steps to unlock those things and to level up. So I want to share that with you. I hope that helps you out, and make sure you hit subscribe so that you can hear a lot more episodes that will help you be more your true best full self. Hey friends, want to get rid of stress, anxiety, and worry? Ready to use some of your inner creation powers? Visit scottwilhite.com and join me for a web class. If you do it soon, I'll give you a free planner.